I filmed the first episode of this series a week ago and accidentally left the Star Trek audio in the video while I was recording, and as a result, the video was entirely blocked, completely blocked. Nobody will ever see that. So for now, we have to skip the first episode and just kind of go on with the second, which, you know, on one hand, yikes. But on the other hand, that means I get to start this channel with the Corbomite maneuver. And that might be worth it, I'm not gonna lie. I'm Brittany, this is Eddie, and welcome to Gay Watch, where we watch gay things. Today we begin Star Trek the Original Series with a very specific focus on Kirk and Spock. And in case you don't really know why I would start a channel like this, with a show like this, it's because this show kind of started everything. Aside from kicking off, you know, general modern fandom and kind of being the parent of everything that we, see and do today and how we engage with fandom, it also kicked off modern queer fandom in a big way for some big reasons, as we are now about to find out. Side note, if you're confused as to why I'm referring to the Corbomite maneuver as the second episode, please see this video's description for a note on episode order. Another side note, now that I think about it, make sure that you have the original version of the original series, not the remaster. That's important for syncing issues, there are length differences, and we are watching the original, not the remaster. Cannot stress this enough. Original, not the remaster. Original, not remaster. Now I'm gonna let Past Me fill you in on what to do before we start. This is how Gay Watches work. You get the episode queued up at 0000 on whatever device you choose. You'll check this video's description for the episode runtime and make sure that they match exactly. I'll give you a countdown of 3, 2, 1, play. And when I say play, you hit play. It's like riff tracks, but infinitely gayer. Alrighty, we've got the headphones, we've got the episode queued up, we all know what we're doing now, we're all on the same page, you've checked the runtime down there, it's all good. So now I'm gonna lead us into the countdown, alrighty? 3, 2, 1, play. God, it's already so much better than the pilot. Oh, this is what, That looks like nothing. We in uncharted space. Contact with an unknown object. And this object is where? Oh, they didn't have a Uhura in red yet. Yeah. It comes with the music. It comes with the music. It's a very mischievous cube going by the music. It's a bit blurry too. We're just gonna wave as we pass by. Yeah. See, you can already, I mean, what they figured out from the Kirk pilot to this is just astounding. It's just, it's incredible what they figured out from Where No Man Has Gone Before to this episode. Like, already, they have Spock on lockdown now. There's going to be no more smiling. There's going to be no more kind of looser, kind of happier. Like, no, they have Spock on lockdown. They have the whole aesthetic figured out. Almost. They don't have Uhura in red yet. But they have, they know what this is now. Like, I cannot believe that they went from Where No Man Has Gone Before to the Corbomite Maneuver. Not that Where No Man Has Gone Before is a bad episode, because it's not, but like, the glow up is unparalleled. This is also, I'm not gonna lie, up until this episode, the first time I watched it, I wasn't watching it in this order, so this wasn't the second episode. This was more like the fourth. Hi. Hello. This is more like the fourth episode, and up until now, I was having a real crisis about William Shatner, because up until I came to this show, William Shatner was the Priceline guy. And now, I mean, aside from the futuristic exercising that we all know we're gonna do in the future, he's I don't know if you know this, but he's kind of attractive, and I was conflicted about that for a few episodes. And then a moment happens, oddly enough, not this one. A moment happens, and I arrived, and Kirk arrived to me, and I couldn't deny it anymore that I had the hots for the Priceline guy. He wouldn't let me. The music always comes with that thing. It's so hilarious. Hi, McCoy. I love you, McCoy. What a great first scene for you. This is the moment I was talking about. It's kind of blinding. And see, whew. All right. Yeah. You kind of can't. You can't deny it anymore after that one. Came for me personally. It's fine. Bailey, that's his name. I love that Sulu is. Sulu knows what's up. Spock is on top of his shit. Why did that sound cue happen? I mean, not that we shouldn't get dramatic about Kirk's ass, but we don't know shit. Huh. I love this episode, but I forget so much of it. So it's like I relive it every time. It's kind of great, actually. Everyone's report is just right, like yeah. That's right, the whole thing with Bailey. Good lord. Oh, that would suck. Bailey gotta learn to speak when spoken to and do when told. All right. That fucking music. You're gonna play chicken with the cube? We're playing chicken with the cube. Nope. That's a problem. Again, very, very, very mischievous music here. Since I can't pause, I've got to write down notes. That's what that was. We just went blurred. Are they gonna Are we gonna run into the thing? This is risky. This is risky. They're... Oh, this thing gonna go well. Bailey's a little new at this. He's there's the space acting we all know and love. Yes, thank you. They didn't really have that in Where No Man Has Gone before. Thank you. Don't they end up... No, I guess not. Oh God. Okay, all right, here we go. Jesus fucking Christ. I haven't seen that scene. Hang on. Woo! Yeah. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that again. Uh-huh. Thank you, McCoy. Hmm. 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 Dang, I don't even drink alcohol. I want that glass. No, stop. They're so good. They're too good. I can't take it. Oh, man. I really want to know the joke that he was going to say. Like, I really want to know. He's such a gift. He's such a gift. Thank you for this gift. He's such a fucking gift. Oh my God. That was a line. I'm such a whore for Captain's Business, man. I never get tired of captain characters. I don't think the general audience ever gets tired of captain characters. Maybe certain types. But God, give me a good captain, and I'm just so set for life. Life and sneezing, apparently. Space acting. Grabbed them. What the heck is... Right! This is the actual thing. The first thing was the... Yeah. I was thinking the first thing was the main thing, and that's not the main thing. This is the main thing, and I'm... This is why I needed a rewatch. It's been too long. Oh, that's big. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Okay, that's big. Woo. Baby's first fascinating. Fucking huge. That seems like over a mile to me. Whoo, Bailey, you gotta step up on it, man. So it was a buoy. The first thing. Yeah? 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 Hey now. Yeah, okay, we did do that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was a Kirk mistake. What? So no explanation then. This guy doesn't... We don't talk about... All right. Not much reasoning with this thing then. Okay. Bailey. Wow, he really was promoted too fast. They didn't do anything. That's metal. From his point of view. From our point of view, that's terrifying. Hey, McCoy. Oh, great. Now the whole crew's gonna be in panic. Well, any civilian members of the crew. Even I feel better now. I like that shift in tone. Kirk talking to his crew. It's okay, guys. We all know this thing. Da 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 da. Kirk to the other guy. Absolute macho-ness. Well, I don't want to say firmness. It's the small things. It's the small things that get me. I don't know if you noticed. Okay, that's a frequency. What visual? Oh. Huh. That's right. Oh, that's right. Oh. That's a big yay 60s, by the way. Bailey. 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 You. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. You're kind of losing it. Yeah, I'd get off the bridge. Now Kirk gets to feel guilty about promoting him too soon. He didn't have enough to worry about, you know? He didn't have enough stress. Needed some guilt. We starting with a frequency again? What do you do when you come up against something that absolutely cannot be reasoned with? Hello. was about to say, that's not terribly hopeful, Spock. Oh. Oh, it kills him. He doesn't have an answer. Oh, God. Oh. That one hurt. That one hurt. That one hurt. We're writing that down. Now's not... Yeah. Now's not the time, McCoy. Tensions are a little high. McCoy's starting to figure that out. Jesus, 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 Jesus. Tension, tension. This is the good stuff. Yeah, this is the good stuff. Watch it all play out on Kirk's face. That was hot. Okay, all right, look of fondness. I saw that. That let's get in a quick apology before we fucking die. Huh. Oh, hey, Bailey. Why the fuck not? Sulu's like, I have one job in this episode. It's stupid, but I'm gonna do it. I mean, we're all gonna die. We may as well have Bailey at the helm. Jesus, 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 Jesus. Fuck. Woo! Okay, that was flirtatious. That was look on you. I can't look at Spock right now. Favorite line. So good, so good. Yes! This is where Kirk gets real sexy. Real sexy. Real sexy real quick. Oh, the look on his face! It's now like really the time for coffee though. Uh that's a counter move. All right. Okay. All right. So the ship's gonna be destroyed. And then what? They're gonna be killed? Made prisoners? Is the ship gonna do anything? Information, please! Or just a commercial break. Just a commercial break. Fine. No, that's good. That's fine. I'm not tense. It's fine. We are fucked! Huh. Ah. Spock just pop up out of nowhere. Huh. Still getting towed. That was some good music. All right, okay, all right. Anytime now. Oh, something's climbing. Oh, coolant temperature. All right. Whoops. Yeah. Kirk has some cojones. All right. If you can't have the mischievous music... Oh. I don't think you're gonna be able to pull away. Although you're making that ship do something. What the hell is it doing? Space acting. Yay, 60s. Although we more or less still have to do space acting today, don't we? We've gotten better at the effects. I'm like camera work and everything for space acting. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna... You're gonna burn up. Yeah. These poor people! That did work. Can we get these people out of the hallway? The boots. The boots. The boots. Great. Great. Signal the mothership. Fucking great. He instantly cares. He instantly cares. He instantly cares. That's fine. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. All over again. It's happening all over again. This is happening to me all over again. Oh God. We're going to talk about the implications of that right after I collapse. Oh, they still had the belts. I thought they got rid of the belts by Corbomite maneuver. Ah, what's wrong? Off we go into the wild blue yonder. That's a doll. Yeah. I remembered it being like a young kid. I don't remember it being that young. Shit. I don't remember him being that fucking young. Alright. The unknown is never what you expect. Do you drink it? Do you drink it? Yay, 60s. The laughing. Yeah, once again, I haven't left myself enough time to talk about this because I have so many notes. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, that's such a good episode. Why is that so good? Okay, we're gonna go to my notes because I'm just like, I'm too overwhelmed. It's all rushing back. It's all coming back. I'm a Celine Dion song. Oh, Jesus. First of all, I mean, this does so many interesting things with Kirk that before we talk about Kirk, I want to talk about like that one thing with Spock, because Spock mentioned how Baylock, and this was like, you know, way before, I think it was like halfway through the episode or something like that. This was when they still thought like the countdown was going to kill them all. Spock made that comment about how Baylock reminded him of his dad. So like Spock is listening to Baylock and being like, that sounds like Sarek. And if that ain't oddly accurate and like a huge fucking flag about his parents, how many episodes before we meet them? We don't meet Sarek until it's not season 2, but it is very much later on in season 1, going by production order. It is very much later on in season 1. So like all this time before we meet Sarek, we got like a huge ass clue to what that was gonna look like. Like I never stopped to think about, you're comparing your father to this guy? Whew, what a burn. I didn't even know, I did not remember that there was a Sarek burn in that episode from Spock. That was fantastic. And another quick note about Spock, I love, and I did remember this, but it's a whole other thing seeing it play out in its entirety in front of your face again after like 5 years. We see some different vulnerabilities in some different people in this episode, and from Spock, it's that he's here, he's on the Enterprise to go out into the unknown, and then he goes out into the unknown and he doesn't have answers because it's the unknown. But that like kills him. And more specifically, it kills him in regard to not being able to provide information to his captain. Kind of makes him feel a little bit, useless. Because when you're the science officer, that's kind of your job. And then he can't do it. And I wonder how many times over the 5-year mission he ran into that problem of like, well, the thing about the unknown is that we don't know anything about it, so I have no information to give you, and I feel kind of useless. And to me, there was also just that undercurrent of it was something particularly personal about, not just about Spock being unable to provide information to his captain, but Spock being unable to provide information to Kirk. There was something in this episode, something about the way, just the tenor of Spock's, almost in what he says, but mostly in what he doesn't say. It's like the physical reactions that we see. It just kills him on a personal level that he can't help Kirk as much as this junction as he would have liked to. And then meanwhile, when Kirk is handling everything, Spock is looking on as just like the proudest motherfucker like we've ever seen. And Spock also looks kind of like borderline cocky. Like, yeah, you know what? Watch my captain work. It hits so many things with Kirk in this episode, but let's start with Bailey. When talking about Kirk, we're going to start with Bailey because it is made apparent that McCoy was right and that Kirk promoted Bailey too quickly. And that's a problem, and we see it become a consistent problem, and then we also get to see Kirk make up for it. Like, it's not Bailey's fault, and he knows that. It's Kirk's fault, and he looks for ways to make that up to Bailey because it was all up to Kirk's judgment. And because Kirk saw himself in this guy, he encouraged him a little too hard, promoted him maybe a little too far, did it a little bit ahead of schedule. I think that shows off his optimism and idealism, and also, you know, his flaws, because he did kind of get ahead of himself, and therefore Bailey got ahead of himself, and therefore it directly affected shit that happened on the bridge. I love that we get to see him course correct, because in an episode where he does so many amazing things, here is a very obvious example about how he might be like a really good captain and we might all be about to like hero worship him, but he's not a two-dimensional flawless captain who's gonna make every right call all the time. Which leads me right into the first call he made when interacting with the buoy. Now, granted, you're in that situation. What the fuck else are you gonna do, especially after 18 hours, other than try to break away? He didn't fire at it. He didn't show outward signs of, you know, violence or destruction or intent to harm. He just pulled away from it. But that decision got them in deeper trouble because they had no idea what they were dealing with. And then all of a sudden Baylock comes out of nowhere and is like, well, that was a show of force, so you're all dead. Watching Kirk navigate is like, okay, I made this decision with all the knowledge I had at the time, and now I have to make this decision with all the things I've learned from that decision. And it's the cause and effect in this episode is just amazing. Not to mention the fucking tension. This episode for me is kind of like the movie from the 90s, Apollo 13. Doesn't matter how many times I watch it, I am going to be full of all the fucking tension every single time. I can't help it. Even though I know everything that's gonna happen, doesn't matter. Full attention. This is like a masterclass in tension. Holy shit. Aside from the poker playing and the chess playing and everything reading on Kirk's face and his very deft moves at bluffing, which all of it amazing, all of it hot. I want to talk about the bit at the very end that I lost my shit over because it was worth losing my shit over. When the moment arrived where they were safe and they found out that this unknown guy at the ship that had been their antagonist this entire time was in distress, Kirk instantly cared, and he instantly took actions to elevate, in an attempt to elevate himself and Starfleet and his crew up to the ideals that they so, you know, loftily go after. He instantly lived up to, or tried to live up to, his ideals. And that's so Star Trek that we take it for granted sometimes. The effort and the hardship that it can be to actually try to live up to these extremely lofty ideals. And Kirk did it like it was nothing. It was like a switch flipped. It was like, okay, we're not in danger anymore. This thing is, whatever it is, and we're gonna do our best to help them because that's what we fucking do. No malice, no grudges, no nothing. Kirk saw the opportunity to exemplify the position he is in and the organization that he works for, and he fucking took it on a dime. And I am like completely in love with him all over again. We look at those moments and opportunities to exemplify ideals, and like I may have mentioned before, we kind of take them for granted. Like, yes, that's Starfleet. That's exactly what, I mean, yeah, that's what it is. That's what we're all here for. And that started with Kirk. That started here. That started right fucking here. And I'm just glimpsing the scope, and it's fucking me up. Real quick, before we get to emotional security, because we all know that's where this is going. Before we get there, I want to talk about the self-aware bit of subversion that was in this episode. They put something that obviously looked like a dummy on screen to serve as Baylock. Yeah, they put a dummy on screen to serve as Baylock, and they played into the special effects of the time. Because watching it, doesn't matter when you watched it, when it aired or now, watching it, you're like, on one hand, that looks pretty fake. On the other hand, that's all they're capable of. So you still buy it. Except the real bluff is on us at the very end for several reasons. The real bluff is on us. And that's not what we've been talking to the whole time. You're like, oh, the thing that looked like a dummy was actually a dummy. I thought it was an actual alien because you're like, it's the 60s. They're only capable of so much. All right. No, it's supposed to look like a dummy. Supposed to be a dummy, was a dummy. Kind of brilliant, kind of self-aware, kind of genius. And now we get to talk about emotional security. So this is a moment that lives on in infamy in the Kirk Spock fandom and has for all these 54 years since the episode first aired. It is infamous for very good fucking reason, as we all saw. At the time I came to Kirk and Spock, I was a complete newbie when it comes to, gay things, gay readings of things, everything like that. I had no idea what I was getting into when I started this show, even though I started this show for those particular reasons. I had no clue. When I was watching the show for the first time, this was the moment when my jaw dropped. Literally dropped. I wish I had a picture of my face the first time I saw motherfucking emotional security, because it must have been amazing. I mean, the beaming, first of all, the beaming at each other, there was beaming, and there was teasing, and there was the gentleness, there was the fondness. It just, they took a moment in this incredibly stressful time and decided to just be soft. And my heart grew 3 sizes. Probably more than that, actually. I mean, it's such a astounding example of their relationship, the lightness to their relationship, even though Spock would probably say otherwise, the teasing nature of how they interact, even though Spock's supposed to be super serious all the time. But with Kirk, he's like, bitch is almost smiling, if not entirely smiling. Definitely with his eyes, he's smiling, okay? And what more could possibly be said about emotional security? You watch that scene and the intimacy of it right on the fucking bridge, the intimacy of it, and they're just radiating affection. It's coming off of them in waves, and there's no way to get around it. Just none. Absolutely none. I'm surprised that the rest of the bridge wasn't literally knocked off their fucking feet. It was so tangible and so blatant and so fucking apparent that it blew my mind. All the way back in 2009 when I first got into TOS, it blew my fucking mind. It's still mind-blowing. You watch this today and it's still mind-blowing. I don't know how they did that, except with chemistry that has maybe been seen like 3 times in the history of film. They just like each other so much. They didn't have to go that hard. And like, I'm just sitting there wondering how Dude Bros and how people watch this without losing their fucking mind. My mind is lost. It's gone. It's no longer here. That's why I can't come up with anything coherent to say. And I love that it's a moment where Spock could have been genuinely annoyed. I mean, it would have made sense for him. He's a very logical person. And that kind of somewhat teasing from Kirk could have made him genuinely annoyed, and yet didn't. And yet it's something that he finds endearing. They each find each other so endearing. Have you fucking noticed that? God. And like, gee, I wonder why the ship has lasted 54 years. Who knows? Who knows why people pull these things out of thin air for half a century? I mean, people will just come up with any reason, you know? Any reason to just, they'll dig so deep to come up with all of these, little clues. They try so hard. That's it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I will be here next week. And please remember to take care of yourself.